This is my story. Ashley, Patrice, Janae, Dejay, Donique, Josiah. Life is so precious. Malika, Destiny, Nikai, Double Trouble Twins, Shay Shay, Never a Dull Moment. Hey everyone, this is my story. So basically, I was in a place where I was financially stable, more than I didn't want for anything. I wasn't in need of anything. Anything I wanted was impossible for me to have. The only one thing I didn't have was a partner, So anyway, wasn't really too fussed about being in a relationship. It just would have been nice that I'd been able to communicate with somebody of my own age group, someone to speak to, because I don't keep friends. I really don't. I have my reasons. So it's just me and my kids, and as you know, I've got children with disabilities, 5 children that live at home with disabilities, and I have a mother with a mental disorder. So that's my job. Prior to that, I was an accountant. So anyway, I lived comfortable, very comfortable at the time. Alright, I met this guy, and wow, I tell you, he's a nice guy, but I've noticed any males that I do meet upon, they're either artists, singing artists, or they have great potential, like, going places, if it's to do with music, singing, writing, someone that has great talent. I always attract somebody with great talent. But anyway, he was a singer-songwriter, and things were nice at the beginning. Things were all right. He'd come over. He'd lived quite a distance from me, so he'd come over. Kids liked him and what have you. He would engage with the children, which I like. It shows that you're not just about me, you're about them as well, because I'm a package deal. But he's got kids himself, okay? So anyway, as you do, you get to know each other, you find out certain situations. He said he was, in the middle of a divorce and that kind of thing, what have you. In talking, we've made plans, we lay up in bed talking about plans, making forward movements together. Okay, fine. Then it got to a stage of, it got to his birthday. So for his birthday, I made sure he had a damn good birthday. He was working on that day. But anyway, me and the kids had planned to, we get him a cake, got him a cake made, bought him a few presents and what have you. Okay, well, that was beautiful, because the look on his face, the appreciation was more beneficial to me rather than the things that I'd actually done. Just to see that moment of pleasure on his face was out of this world. Anyway, time went on. It got to the stage where he was a vegetarian, so I would have to, when I'm cooking for him, I would have to get fish and rice and certain things. So yeah, I didn't mind that. I didn't mind cooking for him and what have you. He used to spend quite some time here, even during work time. It's like he didn't want to leave. He's got work the next morning, he'd come during the week and what have you, and so forth. We'd watch movies and what have you. It was really nice. Really nice. Okay. He'd come in, it got to a stage where he'd come in late, pissed, paralytic, yeah? The weed, the drinking, the what have you. Okay, cool. But it'd come late hours of the night, you know. I'm in my bed sleeping, so it'd come and wake me out of my sleep to go downstairs and cook his dinner. It got so disturbing that, you know, at the time, one of my oldest daughters was living with me. And she said, Mum, that ain't right. You're in your bed sleeping. You phoned him from early in the day and asked if he was coming and if he needed, you know, so that you was able to prepare and cook for him. Yeah. Been woken up out of my sleep to go and cook fucking food downstairs. But I did it anyway, just to hold a peace. I just did it anyway. So after that scenario, I just thought, you know what, whether he comes or not, I could cook the food and I could store it. Like, you know, you can freeze it. You know, you've got certain dates. You can freeze food. You can cook it, cool it down and freeze it, put it, you know, and then when you want to use, you can defrost and warm up and that kind of thing. Well, the type of food that I cook anyway. So anyway, this man started to take the piss. You know, I tried to help him out, you know, financially. He's working, I'm not working, remember that. So I had to help him out financially. I didn't mind doing that, you know. But you see, once you help them the first time, then they keep ringing, you know, the second, the third, the fourth. It became repetitious. Okay, imagine you're working, I'm not working, I've got children with disabilities, but at the same time, I'm the one that's feeding you. I'm the one that's doing stuff for you. Okay, cool. So it was my birthday. You know, played a prank on me. We used to do that, play pranks and what have you. So played a prank on me, but it didn't work because I knew he was outside anyway. He sent me a card saying that, oh, sorry, I couldn't make it, but look outside the door. I've left something for you, which was, I can't even remember what it fucking was, to be honest. Was it that to me was nothing. But anyway, he came. I was a bit tearful that day because I thought, you know what, this can't be my life, you know, subjected to somebody that was mind fucking me, manipulating, and had a contingency plan. He had a plan. He fucking had a plan, obviously. So anyway, during the course of the relationship, I started to feel unwell, you know. Now my body's very sensitive. Very sensitive. I can't have foreign bodies in my body. Like, you know, and when I say that, you know, like some women have, you know, you have the coil or you have certain medications or contraception, like, you know, you got the implant, you got, my body will reject it, okay? Injections, what have you, my body will, because I'm very sensitive that way. But anyway, hence the 8 kids, I guess. Anyway, I started to feel unwell, so I went doctors, and then I went to the clinic, you know, as you do, you get checked everywhere. Like, I'm frantic. I will go and check and check and check until they tell me, you know what, Nikita, we're tired of seeing you. You're all right. We don't need to see you again for the next 6 months. That's me. Okay, anyway, checking. The results are coming back. Results are coming back. Nothing's wrong, you know, minor things like, you know, just normal everyday, you know. Okay, but I'm still feeling unwell. I'm still not myself. Anyway, so I chose to change my physician and went somewhere else. The results weren't good. Anyway, I didn't see him for a good while. Like, you know, he said he's coming. I'd never see him. So I made a plan to sort of like call him and say, look, something ain't right. I didn't want to talk over the phone. I wanted to actually speak to him face to face. So I got a cab because I wasn't driving at the time. I got a taxi and I went all the way to his house. It's like £50. £50 this cost me there and back. So that's £100. Can you imagine you spending a fucking $100 on fucking cab fare? But anyway, went up there. one evening, me and my daughter, so I could sit and talk to him and explain to him what's really going on and my thoughts and how I'm feeling. And, you know, because at this time, the way how he was acting towards me is like I did something wrong. Do you see what I mean? Like I hurt him or done something or said something that was unobtainable. Okay, so anyway, went up there. First time I'm going to his house. I didn't get invited in. Why? Because he had somebody else in that house. Yeah. So he left me outside, came outside like, you know, with attitude. Like, what was you going to do? Come and beat me up? You know what I mean? I'm your woman. I'll come to your yard, your house. Do you get what I'm saying? To sort of talk things out with you, you know? Okay, cool. No, he left me outside. I wasn't allowed in. Not even in the kitchen, just to talk. Nothing. Okay. Alrighty then. So I got in. I had to stand outside, call another taxi to take me back home. Okay, came home. I was devastated. You mean to tell me you got a key to my house? You can come in my house as and when you please. You know, I go to your house for the first time, and that's the reception I got. So yeah, obviously he had something to hide. And it was the reason as to why I was feeling unwell. Okay, cool. So what happened? I was just depressed. I didn't know what to do at that stage. I was even in the position where I could take care of my kids. I'd just shut myself off, proper hermit mode, just shut off completely, you know. So anyway, you know, picked myself back up sort of thing. I was devastated, had to get medication obviously and what have you. So I got my daughter to call him because he wouldn't answer my calls. My daughter called him on a three-way, so I had to explain, yo nigga, you know, you put me in a serious position here, you know. But I was in tears. I just didn't know why or how he was so cold-hearted. After it wasn't me that was cheating or doing anything behind your back. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm the one that was more like, you know, the one that was feeding your fucking codependency. You know what I mean? But anyway, I went on Facebook, got in touch with his wife. You know, she told me a whole load of stuff. So I thought, oh, okay. So I asked her about the divorce and what have you. He had put her into a situation, a dangerous situation. He was very violent, but he was never violent towards me. It was just a mind fuck, manipulation, and used me, basically, financially. Okay? All right. Fine, fair enough. So got the information from her. I shared my information with her, and end of. Okay, I was in a headspace where I was just really depressed because I put my all into this person. Okay, and not only that, to mention my kids. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, your woman need to be careful. You know, you got children. You're allowing somebody to come into your circle, your private space, and when they abuse it, you know, it doesn't just affect you. It affects you know, your family. Okay, anyway, so he didn't want to talk. He didn't want to come by. He didn't want to give me back my key. He didn't want to give me back, you know, the money that he had owed me that he promised he would pay back. Nothing. Okay, cool. Fine, fair enough. So I soon got over it, picked myself back up and what have you, and moved on. I sure did. I moved on, picked myself back up, got my finances back on track. I was cool. And then came another guy that was on my case. He had been on my case for years, and a good few years. And, you know, I put him off because he just didn't seem my type. He just seemed like a person that just was in haste to, you know, to to get to know me. Like when I find somebody thirsty like that, I'm like, okay, cool. So anyway, this time around when he spoke to me, he seemed a bit more calm and placid and what have you. It was okay. It's okay. So I met up with him, we sat, we talked and what have you. Well, we sat and talked and he never left me for the next 2-3 weeks. You know, I would cook, he would cook, you know, would roll. I'd go to his house, he had nothing to hide. I went to his house, he came to my house. You know, it was a whole next thing. Anyway, this guy made me feel special. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I finished with one guy and then the next week I went with another guy. No, there was a gap. There was a gap because there was time for me to sort of get over what had happened with that other guy, and to get myself back on track and get back to normal, you know. Anyway, so this guy made me feel special. Let me tell you. See, when we're out, oh my God. He'd make it known that I'm his girl. He'd make it known that, you know, I'm beautiful. Every day he never stopped telling me I was beautiful. Wow. Every day. He'd tell me I was beautiful. He'd come and wash, he'll cook, he'll clean. He used to help out, you know, with the kids, with the homework and what have you. It was really nice. It was really, really nice. Until the karmic wheel turned again.